I got an odd one for you today. We got a 537C 3.0 Chrysler Plymouth Dodge motor. It's a 3-speed automatic transmission with overdrive, without overdrive. I don't know, we'll find out. Something happened to it. It exploded going uphill, and I was going to tear it down and see what's inside of it. So yeah, let's do that. As always, here she is. Put the star of all those heart videos to work. Came off without problem. No problem. I haven't charged this battery, so hopefully it doesn't die on me. Shouldn't. It's a pretty robust 4 amp hour one. What was that? It's my 10 mil. So we're going to start with the pan. The pan is a 10 mil. All the way around. And these come out warm. Now, we do have something in here. That's going to be a problem. Catch the fluid. Move the pan up. This will be good. Got about 4 quarts in there, more or less. Alright, well, either A, take a hammer to that pan, B, try to find a shallower socket, take it off with that. Put the 8 back in my pocket. 8 and 10 mil, I swear, are the most lost sockets for me. There's a little snap-on 10 mil and an adapter here. It's not rated for impact, but well, pan was ready to come off. Ooh-wee. Oh yeah, previous owner of this transmission serviced it. Look how juicy that gasket is. This could be reused. Oh yeah, I would reuse this. No cracks in it. Alright. Put that on the parts tray there. This sat out for a while. I wouldn't say that we'd be able to tell much, but there was some metal, a decent amount of metal in the fluid. Sort of foam. I'm assuming a filter or something went on there. It's not there anymore. Filter's been removed. No transmission filter. Let's see, we got the Torx. Oh boy. Bring this in a little bit. Document all the goodness. Quite a bit going on in there. So this is where the trans filter would be going. And we're going to be having to take off all those bolts. We have a linkage here. Looks like some sort of adjustment for the linkage on the inside there behind these lines. Okay. Let's put this back to work. Just a good old part here. Alright, let's keep taking shit off. Change over to the other socket. One that's actually impact rated. Okay. We'll go back to that one. Good old Harbor Freight sockets, gotta love them. Variable speed. Wow, all those are about the same in otherwise unnatural dimensions. Alright. The indigo is finally broken in on this thing. It's nice. Hasn't started dropping sockets yet. Guess that's the part I'm more worried about. What we got here? Guess I should go get a regular pry bar, but why? Man, you guys could make the shit out of this. Oh, looks like we got to the danger zone. Damage zone. Some corrosion in there. Probably from sitting outside. But had some actual gear scraping onto this plate. So that means you had some shifting of this torque converter here. And this torque converter is actually what destroyed it. Or not the differential. Yeah. So I would say that the differential blew out, the transmission is fine. And because it's all one unit and the casing is all one unit, the giant hole that this should not be able to fit through and come out is probably the catastrophic malfunction that led to the rest of it being fucking destroyed. Okay. Keep going. I'm curious what happens when I take these off. What? Something about sucking. Alright. Yeah, that's what I thought. I still got to take off the rest of these to get this plate off here. These do seem to shank down low enough. So I need a Torx bit. Shouldn't be much of a problem to find. But that's not our goal today. Our goal is exterior case handling. So let's see, while we're also draining some fluid here. Linkage. Shifter linkage. You're a funny guy, my friend. There we go. I wouldn't recommend doing this to a unit you plan to save. By the way, just throwing that out there. Aha! There we go. Now we can get a good look at this diff. And usually the second one in, there it is, it's neutral. Oh, there is resistance. There it is. This is neutral, right here. Or not. I don't know. Somewhere in here is neutral. It might be broken. Third one in? Yeah, third one in. Neutral. There we go. We found neutral. Alright. Let's start tearing down this diff. Get this out of here. An 11 or a 13? 13? Well, 13. We can go with 13. Thanks. Awful lot of fluid on this. Needs extension, doesn't use. Okay. 13 mil bolts here. 4 of them. Nasty boys. Used to have Loctite on them. Their past life. Okay. Look away, Harbor Freight Warranty Department. Oh yeah, look at all that aluminum right there. Just a big old slab of aluminums. Stainless steel insert there for the bearing race too. It does look like stainless. I'm gonna punch that out real quick. I'm just gonna toss him a bunch of clean aluminum. I should probably put this in a bin. Can I punch this out, or do I have to use a extractor? Looks like I can't push it out. Might need an extractor on this one. Yeah, 100% need an extractor on this one. Or maybe the press. Finally build the fucking press. Alright. Now Sloppy Boy in here is not happy. Entertaining it. Oh, these 13 mil bolts. Oops. Well, that's a giant spider on that fucking oil. I'm assuming you fell out of the transmission. He's not going to live. That spider's not going to make it. It's alright. Looks like it worked loose anyway. Alright, that needs the extension. Ah, yes. The greasier the tools, the more difficult they get to handle. Wobbly bit extensions. Look away, snap and warranty department. But definitely pay attention to heart warranty department. Oh, I don't know. I can't even fathom what those were holding in. Alright, in lieu of pry bar, bring axe head. Ooh, yeah. 537-2. Found a stamping. Sorry, a casting. It's not a stamping, cast stamping. More aluminums, and it looks like steel. So this is all heavy. It can go in the heavy pile. And I'm guessing, I'll move this so I don't get any moisture, that this is not the proper way to remove the differential. But there's the differential that is an X. Wow, you can still see the machining on the teeth. This diff is perfectly fine. I might bring this back to the owner and see if he wants it. Yeah, this is nothing wrong with this differential. It's a very nice differential. The teeth are solid. Nothing. I don't know what exploded and made it fall out. I'm guessing it just started vibrating in there and threw itself out there. Hey, you want the diff?
The differential?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mint. It's a little rusty.
It's right there on top of that couch. I'm gonna grab the bag.
Alright.
Rusty because that water was sitting there with it.
Yeah, but the teeth are still machined beautifully. You only have one vibration mark here, but other than that, it's mint. Like, mint. Just in case, you know? So what happened was, my estimate so far what has happened to this transmission was, while it was under load, the differential started to vibrate on the ground. And the tire vibration got translated into the shaft and kicked the differential through the CV axle. That's the way it looks. It looks like the CV axle kicked it up slightly, and all it needed was that slightly. It ran up against the differential cover plate, just a hair, and then that little bit that it ran up and kicked back, it destroyed the casing, which caused your loss of fluid, which was the reason it wouldn't shift. Your transmission seems okay, but
you don't vibrate the liquid out.
yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
It got me back there.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't put this back in a... I mean, I'd put it back in a Dodge. But I wouldn't put this back in any normal car. No, well, that and the fact that the fucking casing has a giant hole in it. But that could be fixed.
If the casing didn't have a hole in it, I would have rebuilt it.
Yeah, the little Elmer's glue, you know. That could be fixed. Alright. On a serial note. I'll try to get the sensor out of here for you, but... Let's see. This bracket out of here. I need that. It's technically light iron, but they won't care. Not where I'm taking it. Oh, look, a breather tube. Got one more plate to take off here. And then I'm going to tap out all that casting there, and then I'm going to go get a real hammer and start hammering some of the shit out that needs to be out. That, or I'm going to just take a hammer to the casing and shatter all the aluminum and just scrap it that way. Either or, doesn't matter. Just going to do it. Alright, so let's break out the 8mm. I'm going to need the adapter. Yes, socket pocket. In the socket pocket. Where is the 8mm? Hitler would be proud. America's slowly crumbling on itself. I in no way support the Third Reich, by the way. Just watching people slowly do what they promised they wouldn't, and then end up doing it anyway. 8mm, nice. These look like a different grade of steel. Still steel though. Alright, don't need this one anymore. Don't need that either. Put it down. I should be wearing gloves. God, I just missed it, so you can go back in my pocket. One of these really wet, this one. Look for the really wet one. Send it. Send it. Nope. Oops. We got 2 more at the bottom there. I'm assuming it's done draining, so this should be the pretty safe next step that I'm about to do. Should be. I mean, it's gotta be. Oh, it's still draining. Of course. Do 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 do. Do. Oh, come on, Axe. That should be a good spot. Hey, got in there. Nice. Oh, yeah. That's really light. Let's go with this one. Do, 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 do. Ew. Fancy. No idea what I'm looking at. It's definitely a gear set. And now that the torque converter's not in there, I wouldn't know which way. Oh no, it's spinning in direct input. Fancy. A lot of retaining screws in here. Seems like these two retain this ring at like appropriate tension for some fucking reason. That's where we're going with that. When people ask why people don't rebuild transmissions, it's shit like this. These gears are a little more worn, but tell you what, for a not so very good built transmission, this doesn't look or sound terrible in there. I would say this trans would still have functioned. Alright. Let's keep going. We need a, is it 3/8? No. The smaller one. Might be 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch in there to relieve that pin. Then we have solenoids in here. And a solenoid in there seems to react to the pressure coming from the spinning of this. So the more this spins, that internal torque converter in there is rotating. There's quite a bit to this. I guess I'm going to hammer down these pins and start taking this off. I'm assuming this is some sort of light iron. I'm wondering if just hitting it with the impact would have been enough to open these up. Probably. At least a couple Ugga-Duggas. The retainment's a little deeper on this one, but the method is going to be the same. Ah. Who says you can't use an axe on a fucking transmission? Alright. Those look like 14 or 15s. We'll start from the 16 and work our way down. Yep, 15. Absolutely. All right. First off, hammer these down. Yep. Impact. Ugga dugga time. Ugga duggas. Loud noises. The fuck? This is the strangest, largest, like, I've never seen such a large head on such a tiny screw part. Okay, cam gears are weird, but not this weird. Alright, so I'm assuming this is for harmonic balance. And you rotate it on the machine somewhere. And you just adjust these until you achieve perfect balance. That's probably why you need to go to a shop for that. Alright, big boy. Start at 25. It's like a 30 too. Let's try American. Ooh.
Get it started.
Huh?
Get it started.
Good.
Getting gas.
We're almost there. Now you just need air.
Shit, ain't nothing clogging it. Ain't got the earbox on.
Maybe it's not sealed right. I know when you spun it, I didn't really feel that much air. Alright, well, I don't have a big enough wrench. That's what an adjustable's for. I'd say excuse me, but don't really want forgiveness. I would say excuse me, but I don't want forgiveness, man. I don't need that shit. Tried it with God once. Man, it was terrible, man. The guy was always judging me. Couldn't take a piss on a church. Judge me. Where the fuck is the there it is. Well, it looks like we finally stopped draining fluid a while ago. Alright, and I'm assuming these teeth aren't going to make this easy. So to counteract that, I'll take this fucking axe. Which way are we going with this? That way? I have the right socket for this. I know I do. Alright, so it needs to be rotated that way. Good. No. At least the teeth were the ones that slipped that time. And an impact would be great. Okay. Make sure I'm spinning these the right direction. Yeah, that's down. This is up. This is up. So this is down. Sorry, they're both out. Yeah, baby. And this is the main shaft. This is the one I want. So, won't bother with the sub shaft because that one I can't get to without taking this off. Anyway, let's see if we can helix these gears out of here somehow. Alright. It looks like these are threaded. I should be able to put some screws in there and push that out. And this. One of these. See who's the winner. Oh, this one? Aha. Alright. So, grab another one of these. Sometimes, to take shit off, you gotta put things on. Urban Mechanics 101. -G. Proclamations. Junkyard Mechanics. Oh, you're an idiot. That's all right. What else is new? Normally I wouldn't do this, but seems so appropriate. Aha. I have the screw sleeve. I don't know, I kind of want to use this gear for something. Instead of scratch. Oh, shit. Hold on to what you're impacting firmly. So I think you put some ugga-duggas into it. So, bearing is still good. It's not bad, stainless. There should be less holding this in than I thought. So I'm going to happily hit this a few times. See what happens. Curious. Heart's being tested today. I just sat on the transfer. Still works. What's the battery looking? Oh yeah. It's full, baby. So what did I do? Oh. Look at that. I guess keep hitting. Yes, sir. You'd like to know what the fuck I just dropped. Oh, it wasn't a tool, so I guess that's okay. I think we need a 16 and a swivel. Put this 10 back, or 8 away. We use for our little experiment. Wobbly bit. Wobbly, wobbly, wobbly. I think this might be holding it back. It seems to have been retaining something on the inside as well. Yeah, something right here. Okay, what's next? So, I think this whole unit can't be pushed out, so those gears aren't in its way anymore. Alright, this is the front transmission seal. This rides on a bearing or two. Alright, you know what? Here's a good money shot. Probably remove this fluid from here soon. Alright, so inside the unit, the heart almost went for a walk. Right there. We have this main shaft, those same synchro gears, those are actually pretty worn out. Then there's synchronizer plates in here, kind of all lock into each other, and at certain viscosities doing different things. Can't seem to get that out, but it feels like this shaft might have been broken on the middle. That might have been it. We're gonna find out. So we got some stuff retaining. Right here is the screw. So let's get to it. Do 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 do. Chicka chicka. Perfect. Big phallic wobbly bit. This solenoid here pressing in That needs to be removed. It's right here. That looks like a 17. Let's bring over a 19 just in case. That pin was holding the transmission in some. This looks like some sort of heavy steel. I thought it had some copper or nickel in it, but I was wrong. All right, let's see if we can get this ring out of here now. This is one of the synchronizer rings. Oh, yeah. So, oh boy. Hey, I found out what happened with your transmission. The shaft from there to here. Oh, the whole center shaft snapped right at the middle. That was the vibration that killed your transmission. It was suddenly, nope. This shaft is the thinnest I ever seen, especially on a minivan. Look how small that is, guys. How thin of a shaft that is. CV axles on the fucking Scion TC are bigger than this. But the synchronizer rings, let's see how healthy. You know, get in here and do the synchronizer rings isn't that bad on this model. Synchronizer ring actually looks really, at least 50%. This is still good. All this housing gearing, let's, that poor wash. Brake point. What killed your transmission? This right here. This. Good job, Dodge. Good job. Anyway, let's continue. Ooh-wee. Okay. Got more synchronizer rings. Some more friction material in there. Another gear set. Looks like multiple gear sets. So these would be the synchronizers themselves. On the inside there. Oh yeah, those are still good. Send those back to the dealership to be put on a new customer's car. Then here's more exposed synchronizer rings here. They kind of just catch at random, you know. I'm wondering what gear this was. This is one of the gears, a whole gear. I don't know. First? Let's call it first. And I'm assuming second and third, because this is only a 3-speed. Yep, that was right. All right, so your second gear and third gear is a really small prawl. I could, yep. Here's some of the functions. There's actually a clutch in there on the inside. Nice little bearing. All these bearings are really healthy. Some of these parts could really have helped somebody. Let's see, can I get you? Of course not. But I'll tell you what, I'm definitely a lot closer to getting a more of an aluminum rate than anything else. Yeah, let's see if I can find that Torx. Let us see. Let's pause this. After much configuration. T30. Fucking T30. That fucking hurt. It bit the shit out of me for some reason. I thought it was a good idea. Here's a fun one. I'm gonna throw this out there. Fucking one of the games I had to review yesterday, I had to play as this blonde bimbo, and it was a zombie apocalypse game, and let me tell you, and it had nothing to do with the apocalypse, man.
You got gangster?
Huh?
You got gangster?
What's that? No. I don't know. Yeah, no. Basically, I had to play as her, run around. I got through the tutorial before it started explaining some crazy shit to me, and I was like, oh, fuck. This bitch is about to go fuck all the zombies. And sure enough, within 5 minutes of the first fucking scene, that's exactly what she's about to be doing. I'm like, alright. Well, I'll write this review quickly and get the fuck out of here. So I just watched the first scene, watched how the graphics were, and then left the review completely on the aesthetic of how the game seemed. Just because that was my assignment. Man, listen. These fucking game developers get locked up in their house for one fucking pandemic and lose their goddamn mind. There's a reason these titles never get fucking sold in the store. Amazing. Alright, well, looks like we are doing it by hand. Tiny socket, please. Where is it? It's just here. I'm gonna break this shit. All right. After fucking searching everywhere. Well, there's not much torque on those. I could do it by hand. Still gonna take forever. Do it by hand. Wanted you to see how I feel about you guys. Flyovers, I hate them. Used to like them. Now I know how much pollution they produce. Oh, that spider died. I was right. That fucker is a brown recluse. Yeah, big fucker. Weird place for him to choose to live. Inside of a transmission. But I guess it's got a hole in it. It's like a cave. Alright. Now we'll be able to take off the rest of the casing. If I go upstairs and grab the other bolts or other sockets, it's a little easier. Probably finish this up tomorrow. I don't know. Finish up the final parts tomorrow in the bed of the truck. We are streaming tonight, so maybe. Oh, if you made it this far, Zero Snake on Twitch. I also got a Patreon, Zero Snake. A lot of the donation buttons are actually just a joke, but if you hit them, you're awesome. And you're just basically going to be honored. Everyone's honored on the wall of wallness. Least of the credits. There we go. There we go. Alright, fingers crossed, this should be it. Well, those are long. Took about all of them off. Oh, I got a little extension somewhere. Well, I guess not. Just gonna keep using the tool. There we go, 2. These edges are sharp in here, though, I'll tell you that much. Right around these bolts, it's like they were machined perfectly just for the bolts. And maybe a tool. Alright, that's all 5 of those. These are T30s. Pretty deep shanked. For, you know, the size. That should come out now. Maybe. Possibly. No. Okay. Well, there are other tactics. Anything move? A little movement. Alright, looks like that was the final end synchronizer ring. Looks like this one wore in more, probably after the catastrophic malfunction. This one got cooked. Alright, it's all going in the stainless pile. Looks like we got a lot of springs in there. So this is under pressure then. And then when it gets thrown in, okay. Well, we got more tear down, so let's get back to it. We have all 30 or some odd of the ones underneath. Hey, you got a 3/8 to a 1/4 inch adapter?
Yeah, right here.
I'll try to do my best not to break it. I might break it if I have to order one. Adaptering it up right here. Yeah, because I'm about to do the lower pan area. And it's just a bunch of T30s. Medium torque T30s. Yeah, this is getting lighter. Ooh wee. Alright, let's do the goodness. How's the battery looking? Full. Awesome. Loving this. Alright. Thank you, man. Moment of truth. Oh, you bitch. These aren't T30s. Okay. Where are the rest of them? They were right here a second ago. Maybe something smaller. Probably the one that was on this. T30. Find somewhere to eat. Damn it. Just had that. Okay, T25. Put you guys on the floor. Hang up there for me. Alright, is it a T25? It is. Well, we are really thinning the soup on this one. Half-inch quarter, or to 3/8 quarter. To T25. Hey! Hey, it's working. Look at that. It's gonna be so much faster than doing this shit by hand. Oh yeah. Don't do that to teas. Torx bits are not the ones to just send it to. Despite their name. They're designed to rely on just that, just torque. No real grip. Whoa. Okay. Move this over a little. Woo! Cool. Yeah. I think we just have the two left. How much faster that is than fucking using your hand tools. Alright, there's a filter in line. I'm assuming that was the chute that's missing. Hey, you're a tool. What do we got here? Look at that. Look at all the valleys and passages. This is the travel of the fluid up against there, mapped out. And there's the metal all over there. These fucking bugs. Alright. Well, the trans mesh was definitely cut open. So, and there's a lot of material in there, a lot of aluminum. So this filter's clogged up. It got blown out. Probably manually. And then all these balls in here, if you let any of these little balls fall out of the valley, I hear it's really bad. So this is another reason why this job is not really done well all the time, and it's because of these balls right here. 100%. I can bet, I don't know, Donald Trump's prison sentence on it. There's something I can't lose. Oh, my teeth. But yeah, did you know you had ball bearings that keep your valleys in your transmission moving around? Huh? Did you know you had bearings that keep your valley and the fluid in your transmission working correctly? Well, see something? Right there, you see that maze? I'm gonna pause this real quick. All right, now we're down to the nitty gritty. This looks like a 12. We're gonna go ahead and keep removing all this junk. Oh, look at that solenoid. That's ugly. That was shot. That was cooked. Alright, we'll put you guys in there. What was that, 13? I think it is. Could be wrong. I'm not. So slippery. Alright, where's the X? I know my shapes. Circles can't go in squares unless they're smaller than the square. Woo! That was just waiting to fly up. Some serious pressure on this. There's a little spring on it. It's not real pressure. There we go. Now there's no pressure on that. I'm just a dick. Alright, maybe put that back. Could be a reason why it's like that. Leave that there. I'm going to keep this as a fancy wire or something holder. I like it. I like the shape. I just like everything about it. I will drill and tap holes for this. I don't know on what yet. You go on the special hole. Oh, this thing is just soaked. Wipe this bad boy down. I've just been soaking only the handle, not the main, well, maybe the face of the anvil. Other than that, she's fine. Still doing her thing. So far, so good. Some real tension on this. Literally, the more I look at this, the more in common a transmission has with a firearm. Like, seriously. You just make an auto sear. There's already got a groove there. Got a groove here. And just move the trigger out of the way and let the blast do the rest. Anyway. Let's not talk about firearms design in the middle of a transmission video for a Chrysler Dodge Plymouth 3.0. That guy right there. The LEEC. Where was the other code? There was a code somewhere over here. I was tearing something down and I saw the code for it. Ah, yes. It is 2 or 8. 8 LEE. 8 Leon trans. This. That doesn't push out or pull out. Something will get that out. I want these beads or ball bearings here. I have just the thing to fire these. You know what? I'm going to put them in the pocket. Bonus content for myself later. Yeah, some of these sat in here so long that they became... Let me see if I got a magnet. I do. Holy shit, it's a strong magnet. Let's see, are they conductive? They are. I think that's all of them. Yes. Yes? Yes. So, all together, let's see, I have 3 in my pocket. There's 5 here. So there's 8 ball bearings on this transmission. It should be there. They seem to have a represented value, you know, here, 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 here. And there's one more somewhere right here, somewhere here. Right there. Alright, let's do another pass. Let's check this casing right here. So this is all aluminum. I can crack this off. This is stainless steel pin right there. It's not even magnetic. Oh wait, it is. Hey! I think I got it. I got some of the synchronizer pins to drop. Yes! Awesome. It's like rocker arms almost. Some of these components I might be keeping just to make things with them. You know, firing pins and such. But other than that, I'm good. There's not much metal in here left. Just that ring back there, and then I can finish removing this, which isn't really being held in by much at this point. A couple more detents on the outside here. Looks like 8 mils. I'll pull those out. Yes. I don't want to snap them off on the 8 mil. Probably gonna need this. Always keep a little flathead, man. Always keep a flathead. In case you gotta separate things like this. In that pocket. Oh, the struggle is something. The struggle is an idiot best served idiot, so. There's literal water coming out of this hole. Okay. Little detents, they look like drain plugs. I'm gonna keep those in case I gotta plug up a hole. Got a couple of holes in the walls upstairs I can plug up. Just leave those in the wall. Landlord would be like, what the fuck is he doing in here? There's no way to tell. Oh. Uh-oh. Yep, depending on the gear, different valleys open up for fluid. Right here is the shaft for that. And then different balls move into their place. It's pretty cool. I don't know, I love how these things work sometimes. It's interesting. Other times it's an idiot that's drunk, but usually it's interesting. But then again, you do have those drunk idiot moments. Alright, speaking of drunk idiots, 10 mil. See, the reason a 10 mil is considered a mechanic's drunk idiot is because you're always looking around for it. You can never find it. I literally had to like hold the square retaining nut in a weird spot. I'm gonna put that back on. Keep these together. Looks like we got another 10 mil holding this one in. A much thinner one, so let's thin the soup again. That's the 8 mil. That's the adapter that we need, and the 10. Socket pockets. Inconvenient, but convenient at the same time. Because that's how you know it's secure. Okay, doesn't want to cooperate. Stay in its fucking retainer, so give it a retainer to stay in. That was a lot more difficult than it needed to be. Where's that flathead? Look at that. Use this. Hey, did we get it loose enough? Almost. Let's see if I can do it with a little prying action here. What is that, quarter? It looks like 3/8. I didn't even care where that went. I found a bolt in the oil. Pin in the bullet. Pretty sure this needs to be removed. Light iron. It's going in the heavy pile. I'm sure they'll accept it as heavy, so it's going in the heavy pile. Alright, and this should all just drop right through. Heavy. Good, more retainers, huh? I don't see them. Let's see, looks like we have one down here that needs to be taken out, 13. Yeah, that sensor wasn't going to be easy to change. That's an internal sensor to change. It's pretty strange though, because this is all hollow now. So it's a lot lighter. Still pretty heavy, but a lot lighter. Alright, you're next. I'm trying to find anything retaining this unit in place. One snap ring goes flying across the place. Wonder if I could use that on a different application. Alright, so that does not want to pull out, no matter how hard I pull. Alright, I'm thinking it's time for a tasty beverage. We're going to take this linkage off because I could use this on a receiver. And then probably keep this. I'm only going to keep certain types of parts anyway. The rest are going to the scrapyard. But a wobbly, weird linkage like this, yeah, I think we can do something with that. This piston here feels like it's being retained by this. This feels like it's being retained on the other side there. Alright, let's see what we can get out of you. When in doubt, hit it with a fucking hammer. Okay. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to take off everything on this unit here. Just beat it right on the end of there. Came right out. So let's see, these are all T25s? Yes? No? Yes? No? Question? Maybe. We'll find out pretty quick. There's one solenoid there. It's like inside of here is no O-ring left anyway. I think there might have been. No, this is cut for grooves that are in the unit. Looks like there's more material in there for me to pull out. Put this in the smaller bucket area. A lot of springs right there. I should have been more careful. Could have just shot myself in the eye. Good thing it was retainers. The shorter spring was retained here. The larger one here. Looks like this is adjustable using this adapter here. These parts will be kept, as well as these, for another project. Got two retaining clips here. I don't know what they're holding, but I'm going to find out. And then got this solenoid here, this main piece here. This has already been removed. And then we have an empty case ready for scrap. Oh yeah. As long as I'm not stepping on dog shit, I ain't gonna murder nobody's animal. Kind of like stepping on that shit in the front yard. That shit would make me want to fucking put antifreeze all over the place. See, shit like this. Tell me that doesn't look like a trunnion or something, a cam. Anyway. Okay. Looks like there are more plungers and stuff. Guess we'll work those out in a little bit. What looks like a makeshift trigger assembly here. Just started comparing all these parts to gun components. Wonder why. Alright, screwdriver. It appears only physics is holding this in, so yeah, you had to like push down here and pry up to pry this off. It's fucking funny. Just so you can get it straight enough to come off. There we go. It works best on the outside, apparently. That looks like an AK magazine release. Going in the small parts bin, I want that. You can throw them on the table and be like, well, to the experience for a moment there, you got excited. Yo, Dodge and AK-47 have a lot in common. Like all these parts are thin sheet metal components. Couple of retaining plates. I don't really know how I feel about this. My tooth is fucking killing me. Alright, which way you want to go? This way? Look at that. That's milled. That's cool. This is put on a lathe and milled out. I still can't get this out. Alright. Okay. Oh, my pain medication's wearing out. I gotta go to the dentist. Alright. What the fuck? See if I can get it to focus. That says 00520806A spy. It's a spy. This is the spy of the car. This is why they break. They get assassinated by Ford components. Whoever people consider Dodge's rival. Dumpster? Dumpster, there you go. I mean, I'll tell you what though, they made decent people movers. Like, they knew what they were doing. They knew what the ladies wanted in terms of cup holders and storage for their mutant spawn. This is that solenoid. I definitely tore apart when I can go in the scrap pile. Goes in the nuts, that goes in the parts. Alright, shake these solenoids out. That one's clear, there's more to this one. There it is. There's more to that one. Nope, I was wrong. It's clear. I'm basically making it so they can't pass one of their high-powered magnets anywhere on this shit and find a reason to be like, oh, it's dirty aluminum. Like, no. Oh, fuck that. Alright, more components. Keep these together. Alright, it's getting close to supper time, so let's finish this up. Make it so I only got 1 or 2 things to take off tomorrow. And that's all clear, except for this. Alright, it is 100% time to go get something to eat. So yeah, I think that's about it for today. To get that gear set out there and this, I'm going to have to pull this off. I don't have that with me. Other than that, this is pretty fucking straightforward. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. There used to be, that's for sure. We saw that in the beginning of the video. So I'm going to go ahead and deem this done. Good enough. Mostly just junk. I don't know what to call it. It's a lot of cast aluminum, at least 40 pounds. I hope. I got some dirty aluminum in the corner of the house there, but I thought it would make an interesting little video. I would like to know what's behind this little cap here. But aside from the synchronizer ring, a little 13, might pull that off real quick. And then let's confirm it's a 13. It is. Awesome. Yeah, the gun needs to be wiped down bad. I was not gentle to this one. But then again, this is what they're made for, right? Jesus fucking Christ. Alright. Wow. The impact removed the stud and the bolt together. I'll take it. I like it. This is pretty cool. Alright, we got that out. Oot. I'll put that because it's a stud in a different spot. Alright, that broke that off. Out with the synchronizer ring. Oh yeah, this fucking ring was shot. This one went down to bare metal, right in the middle. That's when the magic happened. That's when the magic happened, right there. Fresh groove. I gotta show him that. Oh yeah. Ooh-wee. It's fun. Automotive archaeology is fun. I don't care. Everything about it. Love everything about it. Alright, looks like to remove that shank, they actually put a plug in the side of the case here. Ooh. Stiff plug. Always remove your fill plug before you remove your drain plug. Can I hold that back? Thanks, buddy. So I'm assuming this little shaft that's been inside the transmission originally got in here via this hole on the side here. Here's that plug. Just long pin-like device. Screwdriver. No. I can just work it down. There's a spring in there. I doubt it, but maybe. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Something smaller. Has a ring. That's all getting thrown in the heavy. Whether it is or isn't, they won't care. Not for me. My guys kind of alright. All that phallic wiggly. We got it. Alright. A lot of rockers. This is originally in there like so. Shim is in there, or in there, sorry. There's no real reason to what I'm doing right this second, but just attempting to shove it back in there. But yeah, like that. Save this. Sure. Alright, I think that's it for these solenoids here. Next, I'll be removing all this jazz up here. But I think that'll be a little 10 minutes for tomorrow. Load this into the truck and get rid of the rest of it. Yeah, because as soon as I remove this, then this is pretty much empty. I'm going to put a pipe on the end of these shims here, hammer these out. I don't know whether these go in or out. I don't know, it looks out like they go this way. Also looks like I was wrong. That's alright. Let's stop putting transmission fluid all over my hair. Alright, well, we'll do a check we've torn down most of this with no problem using this and a bunch of attachments and accessories. I love it. The white design really shows the dirt, and I love every minute of it. For those of you that really like to see how dirty something gets. So let's see. Full 4 amp hour battery. Still. According to the gauge. Still to be seen how accurate the thing is, but so yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the teardown of the 2nd generation Caravans, 3rd automatic transmission, 3-speed. This is I think all the way up to 99, 2000. But who knows? They might have kept using these transmissions for a bit. But here it is again, the reverse C LE5. I don't know. Or the other way around, the 5 reverse E reverse upside down L or 7. Oh, that's a 3. So 537C. Yeah. One that knows his transmission codes. It's the 537C-C. That actually makes more sense. 537-C. Alright. So I've been reading it wrong. But that's cool. The sec. Yeah, I don't see anything else I want to do to it. I'm looking around trying to see what I'm going to do with it for the night. It doesn't go missing on me. Probably just toss it in my trunk. It's not even that heavy now. Just finish it up. Finish it up on the bed. Let's take off one more plug that I see here. Just want to remove it. I give this back to its owner here. I got plenty of these. Put that there where it won't fall through. And when we dried it up, when it's dry, you can pull these suckers right off, but with, you know, a little resistance. But man, when they're wet, you just ain't getting it off, man. Another little plug. It's holding some sort of piston that I'm pretty sure is holding something on this shaft here. There's also a retaining ring here, so I'm going to need my snap ring pliers. So I'm going to need the snap ring pliers and the hooked ones, and 32, I believe. I'm going to bring all the 30s. And then the rest of this should be out. The spring and everything's being retained somewhere in here, which we'll find once we've opened this up. And yeah. Hope you all enjoyed this one. This is a long one. This is a fun one. I enjoy breaking these things down, whether it be for scrap or anything else. I thoroughly enjoy it. I hope you guys did too. Once again, this is the 537-C, a Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge product here. Almost complete teardown. We got into the housing, got through the filter, took the main gears out, tossed them all right on the floor, got the synchronizer rings out. There's the bell housing. You got the torque, not the torque converter, the differential out. At the beginning, the differential was not that bad to get to, assuming, you know, you're out of vehicle. Using the filter valleys to hold up the trans. Yeah, that's dirty. And then yeah, we just, there they are. There's every part inside of the transmission delicately placed on the floor, as you've seen earlier. Every single piece of it. Gasket, filter, that thing. There's more down there. That's all the control arms and shit for the van. That thing, 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 that thing. All the synchro gears. Oh, one of them went a little further. It's up there. And there's another plate there. So all that came out of there. And here. And in here. I think that's about it. Oh, and this. This came out of there. This came out of there. Main gears. Which I don't know, I might keep as a coaster or something. No, I'm not going to get as much for these as I would this. So I might keep some of the stuff, some of the components. Oh, not to mention every single one of those fucking screws right there. And all those parts in there. Yep. That would pretty much do it. So both as serving as a display for the Hearts performance continuously for about an hour. Let's say about 40 minutes of it was actually pressing the button. 30, 20 minutes, who knows. More time spent looking than anything. It does clean up nice. The rubber really doesn't retain oil. It's nice. Love this thing. When you can save money and get the same performance. Maybe not the same durability. Definitely got some good ugga-duggas out of that. So yeah. Most of this is either magnesium or aluminum. Can't tell which yet, but I'll have them shoot the gun at it and we'll find out. I think it's an aluminum housing. If it's magnesium, it's worth more, but I'll have the boys shoot the gun at it, find out. And then tell them I want my clean aluminum. Because it's gonna be clean. I'm getting that fucking thing out of there. I don't know which way it goes yet. As soon as I figure that out, that's coming out. I actually have no idea. Oh. I just figured it out. See if this will fit in the hole on both sides. Fits on that side. Oh yeah. I know exactly how this got put in there. Yeah, I got movement, but I won't. It's gonna go shooting right at the camera. Well, I definitely got some movement out of that one. Jesus. Thinking I should go get some goggles. How much movement did I get out of here? Some. Not much. Yeah, I was getting more the other way. Whack this one a little. Nice. It working? It is. No way. All right. Okay. It's definitely moving. Motherfucker. Yeah. That'll be better for the hammer impact. A lot louder too. Ooh, metal shavings. Tasty. Alright guys, I'm done. Hope y'all like this one. It's a good one. It's a long one. Put this fucker to work. And once again, this is the 537-C Chrysler Plymouth. And I think these came more in the Plymouths. This particular 3-speed with no overdrive. But I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.